Welcome, everyone, to the Tethys Shipyards. I am Takeshi Yamato, the Yardmaster, joining our host, the Housecoat Gamer.
Yo.
We are looking at our next hero ship down the list, and this one is, well, this one's actually canon.
Well, half canon, mostly because the name keeps flip-flopping around. However, we are going to give this vessel her name. The IKS Burrell, prototype of the entire Burrell class, from the lowly E-12, especially the one that laid the Enterprise D low, to
all the way up
to the E-18 core class.
Yep.
However, Starfleet, thanks to a certain surgeon, refers to this vessel as the HMS Bounty. That's right, folks. We are doing a canon ship.
Indeed. We are doing the episode, the Star Trek 3, Star Trek 4 Bird of Prey.
Now, we're not going to be doing any major details on the Burrell. That's already listed in the book. But
yeah, that's
might as
all
well get into the history of this fixture in Trek history.
Indeed.
We will be incorporating a little bit of information from from the Armada 2 mod Klingon Academy 2 because it makes sense. If you wish to ignore that part, go right ahead. That's your choice. Anyway, the Burrell class was derived directly from the Kite class scout vessels used by the Romulans, which in turn was also derived from the Von Talk class birds of prey used by the Klingon Empire.
Yes.
So in the most roundabout method ever, the Klingons got their own technology back and made it better.
Yes. And little bit from the Star Trek Adventures books here. The Burrell was also a way for them to use the Romulan cloaking devices as is, because they gotten devices that were intentionally flawed and wouldn't work with their D7s as they were. So they were designing a whole new ship for this, and ironically using the Kite as the baseline because they saw that and they stole our stuff. Fair enough, we can make it better.
And did they do so? The IKS Burrell was assigned to a renegade captain named Krug, who discovered the Genesis device and went, okay, let's contact Klingon intelligence. We need to get all this intel. I will gloss over most of the events of Star Trek 3. However, it must be mentioned that the IKS Burrell did destroy the USS Grissom and crippled the Enterprise, leading to the saddest moment in Trek history.
Indeed.
I don't like seeing what happened to the original Enterprise. I don't
think anyone does.
Moving along from the sad moment, after Kirk blew up his own ship with most of the Klingons on board and kicked Krug into the abyss,
he and his senior officers took over the Bird of Prey and took it to Vulcan to resurrect Spock. Then from there, they just made their way back to Earth, and, well, whale probe.
Wum, 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 wum. It had to be done.
Yes. And
yeah,
we're
going to gloss over the events of the voyage home The Burrell was the first
Yes.
Klingon ship to ever utilize time travel, something they take pride in.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
After the Bounty crashed
note.
and the... Oop. Sorry about that, Take.
A quick note. Yeah. Quick note. I don't really like time travel for two reasons. One is the whole tense issue. The human mind was not designed to deal with the issue of tenses in how it goes to time travel.
Best to just
And
do
second,
what the TIC does. Just don't bother getting the tenses right.
Yeah. Yeah. And second, time travel stories in fiction, any fiction, are either really, really good
See,
or they are cringeworthy. There is no middle ground.
on the excellent side of the scale, we have episodes like Yesterday's Enterprise, Star Trek First Contact, basically any Trek stuff. And for cringe, we have series like Doctor Who.
Yeah. And as I said, there is no middle ground. And so, apart from the whole tense issue, I just don't worry. I just try to avoid time travel on principle because it's either cringe, because I don't want to deal with potential cringe.
At any rate, after the whole time travel incident and the return of the whales, something that stupid probe was very happy about.
Yes.
After the probe went away, the Bounty regained its power systems and engaged its cloaking device. Needless to say, Starfleet spent weeks dredging the bottom of the San Francisco Bay, searching for this treasure trove of a starship. I mean, let's be honest, the Burrell took a couple of hits, but she was mostly intact and 100% operational, with a working cloaking device.
Indeed.
This ship was a goddamn treasure trove, and Scotty actually spent a lot of time working on this thing. This is taken from the storyboard from Star Trek VI, but it fits. He was involved in keeping it working. So why not?
And I have to imagine that this is part of why Kirk got off as lightly as he did with the whole court-martial thing.
Well, that and saving the goddamn planet. Again.
Yes, but you have to admit, being demoted to captain from admiral is on the light side of things when it comes to military punishments.
He got a 2-rank demotion, so what?
Yeah.
Regardless, after the dismantling and, of course, the signing of the Kittimer Accords, it was decided that to put this thing in a place of honor. And what better place of honor was there than the Fleet Museum at Athen
Prime.
Where the ship would sit there, very prettily, for the next 100 years. Until the USS Titan... We're getting... Okay, this is starting to get weird.
Yeah. Until the USS Titan came to visit Athen Prime, and Jack Crusher and Sidney LaForge...
We ship.
Yes, we ship very much. And they stole the cloaking device. And that was a memorable scene, even just in clip form.
Just
Picard
insists, I didn't steal the damn thing, and I wouldn't steal from you. Oh, son of a bitch! It's my son. While Geordi is going,
Jack!
son of a bitch, it's my daughter! And it takes him about 10 seconds to fix the cloaking device. Which leads to probably the best mix of technologies ever, as well as probably one of Worf's greatest lines. Superior Klingon technology.
Indeed.
Now, let's be honest. If Starfleet doesn't know what to look for, they can't scan for it. The cloaking device may be 100 years old, 100 years plus, technologically speaking, but if you don't know what the hell you're looking for, you can't find it.
Indeed.
Now, I believe this is just going to get the same stats as the Burrell. It's just going to be getting a description trait.
Yeah, but mainly, we're just treating this as a baseline Burrell with no refits, because entered service date was 2280 according to the books, and Star Trek 2, Star Trek 3, Star Trek 4 2287, so not in time for a refit. All we're going to do is assign a mission profile, a mission profile talent, assign derived stats, and give this thing descriptor traits.
I would like to say it has the profile of Raider, because that's exactly what it was doing. Though intelligence operation might also apply, because Klingon intelligence was involved during the events of this whole Genesis kerfuffle.
Yeah. So there's a couple different profile. There's 2 or 3 different profiles we could use. First up, one option we could do is technical test bed, given this thing was the prototype. Then there's Pathfinder and reconnaissance operations.
That certainly applies for intelligence stuff.
Yeah. And lastly, there is a dedicated espionage intelligence profile.
Espionage intelligence and Pathfinder, depending on the time frame. Just before the events of movie 3.
Yeah, we'll give this thing. We'll do espionage intelligence. Espionage intelligence. So, the department values for this profile baseline are Command 2, Con 2, Security 3, Engineering 1, Science 3, Medicine 1. The Burrell itself has modifiers in in Con +2 and Security +1. And the base stat lines, as I tweaked a little bit for Utopia Planitia, are Comms 8, for systems, are Comms 8, Computer 7, Engines 9, Sensors 7, Structure 7, Weapons 9. Anyway, for systems, combining the profile with the modifiers, we have Command 2, Con 4, Security 4, Engineering 1, Science 3, and Medicine 1.
It should be noted that engineering should go straight to infinite, because the second Scotty gets aboard.
Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, so for a mission profile talent, for talents, the Burrell starts with cloaking device and fast targeting systems. Espionage intelligence can add one of the following: electronic warfare systems, high-resolution sensors, improved reaction control system, or slim sensor silhouette. The slim sensor silhouette is basically a poor man's cloak in terms of how the mechanics work.
It would be akin to a 4.5 fighter jet, for lack of a better term. By that I mean 4.5 generation. It includes some stealth characteristics, but is not true 5th gen. I would say
Yeah.
that slim sensor profile certainly applies. The ship is classified as a scout on a lot of things, though she punches well above the scout ship range.
So slim sensor silhouettes in conjunction with cloaking device.
She's a stealthy little bird.
Yes. All right. Now we already have the weapon. We already know the baseline weapons: disruptor cannons, photon torpedoes, strength 2 tractor beam. I will determine derived stats for those. For damage values late on my own recognizance.
Now we get to the
as a
fun
scale
part.
3. Well, still, there's some stats we can cover, not related to weapons. As a scale 3 ship, it has resistance 3. Power is equal to engines, so it has 9 power. And shields are structure plus security, so it has 11 shields. 7 structure for security. Now we get to the fun part, the descriptor traits. As a baseline, it has Klingon starship and bird of prey.
First of her class, she is the original IKS Burrell, after all.
Yeah, first of her class.
And my personal favorite, superior Klingon technology.
Yes, we'll put that in quotes.
Because Worf's line is not entirely wrong. Because if you don't have a cloaking device, the Klingon one clearly is superior.
Indeed.
And I have no doubt that all Constitution 3 starships, including the Enterprise G, which used to be the Titan A, will be equipped with similar cloaking devices in honor of the HMS Bounty. So in a sense, the HMS Bounty assisted the Enterprise one last time.
Yup.
So Kirk saves the day yet again.
Indeed.
Oh God, we're having way too much fun with this.
Yes, we are.
Anyway, that's the Burrell, the Bounty, whatever the hell you want to call this thing. But this is our first canon hero ship. Because she appears in 2 movies and 3 episodes of Picard. Other than the IKS Rotaran, that's the most appearances for any bird of prey.
Yep. We might do more canon starships in this list. In this subset. But, well, for a lot of the stuff that's already in the book, in the Utopia Planitia book, they already have at least one. Well, they already have some notable starships already, including some canon ones. I will go ahead and list those. We have the. Let's see. We have from earliest to latest. We have the ECS Horizon, a J-class/Y-class freighter. We have the NX-01 herself, an NX class. I don't know if this one is canon or not, but we have FX-33 Nimitz. We have this. That's a 22nd century Intrepid type.
Anyway.
Yeah. We have the Shenzhou. We have the USS Gagarin. For the McGee class, we have the Amosova. It's from the Russian Baikonur orbital cosmodrome.
I was half expecting that retarded one, the Cabot.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hate that Tribble episode. It was insulting.
Yeah. Yeah. We have, for the Cardenas, we have something called the Edson.
Battle of the Binary Stars, I think.
Right. For the Hoover, we have the USS Hoover.
Let me guess, the next one is the Pizza Cutter.
No, next is Malachowski class USS Mohawk. These are going by the launch year in terms of classes.
Alright then.
Engel has the USS Toyohiro. Nimitz is the USS Amagi. Hiawatha class is the USS Respite. Next up, we get Hermes class with the USS River Rouge.
That's an interesting one.
And then we have the glory of the Connie.
Nova
and the
Charlie
Enterprise.
Charlie 1701.
Indeed.
And her
Then there's
elder sister.
Yeah. But the Enterprise is the notable starship there. And then there's the Antares class with a freighter, the Entrench, I guess. Now we have the Pizza Cutter.
Which really doesn't make any sense. Registry codes.
Yes. Yeah. Launch year 2255. Then there's the Archer class, the USS Centauri. Oh boy. Con!
The Miranda class with the Reliant.
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna get...
Yeah.
Just tell me when we get to the Burrell.
Oh, the Burrell is this is just Federation starships here. I'm just going through some of the notable Federation starships in the Utopia Planitia book.
Alright then, I suppose we've already reached the end of this.
Yeah, pretty much.
The HMS Bounty. She saved the world. At least twice.
Yes.
One directly, one indirectly. Because if it wasn't for that cloaking device, the Titan would not have been able to break fleet formation.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.